Hi y'all, welcome back. So today I wanted to share with you guys my everyday makeup routine for wearing a mask. Now today is the literal craziest day ever because we are having a literal snowstorm outside. So I hope that everyone has power and that you guys are staying safe and warm. I don't know if this has already passed by the time you guys see this, but thankfully we do have energy and we haven't lost power, but it's just crazy because it is snowing outside in Texas and it's freezing cold, which never happens. So just crazy times we live in. So that's why I'm wearing this little warm headband. But anyways, not the point. I did want to share with you guys my mask wearing routine. I have to wear a mask at work every day, all day long. And I wanted to find a routine that would still help me feel pretty and like myself, even though I was having to wear a very uncomfortable mask. I also toned down my makeup a lot. You may not think so because I still have a full face of makeup. But for me, this is kind of toned down. I'm wearing like tinted moisturizer, just makeup that isn't as full coverage as I used to. So I hope that you guys enjoy and let me know if you have any questions. I'll link all the makeup that I use down below in the description box, and let's get right into the video. Okay, so I'm going to start off with sharing with you guys what I use for my base. So I don't really wear foundation anymore just because I don't like whenever my makeup gets on my mask too much. So I have been using this ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. And this doesn't have a ton of coverage, but I think it's perfect because, again, like you're really not taking your mask off for very long periods of time, especially if you're at work. Like for me, I have to wear my mask the whole time at work. So this is perfect just to give me a little coverage so that it doesn't look weird if I'm just wearing concealer. Okay, so also I forgot to tell you guys what I use for my brows. I already have my brows filled in because honestly, I hate doing my brows. It's not fun to watch, and I'm really not that good at it. But what I do use is this LA Girl Brow Kit in medium, and I really like this. It's really cheap and affordable, and I think it works just great to fill in my brows. So I use the hyaluronic tinted moisturizer, and like as you can tell, it doesn't have like the best coverage, but that's okay for me. The next thing I use is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I have this in the color Light Beige. I really like this concealer because it is very hydrating, but it's still full coverage, which is something that I really need. I have a huge under eye bags, and so I really like full coverage concealers. I like this one. I was using the Tarte Shape Tape, but I started figuring out that it was drying out my eyes way too much. So this one has worked really awesome. And I used to put it all the way down here, but I started noticing that it makes me look a little older. So I just put it kind of starting in my inner corner, and then I drag it out like this instead of bringing it all the way down. Okay, for setting powder, I use the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. I also really like this one because it's cheap and it's not super drying, which is, again, something I feel like masks make your face just like super dry. So I just use this to set my under eyes, and it just gives a really pretty finish off. So I put that right underneath my eyes, and then I also kind of drag it out, like the excess of the powder. I drag it out onto my face just to kind of set my makeup and so that it stays on and my mask doesn't like take off my makeup whenever I'm taking it on and off. And it kind of gives like this really filtered look. I really like this powder. That's it for my base. Let me know if you guys have to wear a mask at your job like the whole day. I know some people, like my sister, she has to wear a mask up until she gets into her office, and that's awesome, but like I have to wear mine all day, so kind of, have to be comfortable. Okay, so moving on to eyes. Usually eyes is what I focus on, so I'm going to be using my Too Faced Just Peachy Matte palette. I really don't care for eyeshadows. I haven't honestly been into makeup really ever since COVID because one, not a lot of people are seeing your whole entire makeup looks, and two, I don't know, I just really haven't been into it because I don't really go very many places, so I have enough makeup to just use what I have. So I really like this one though just because it's an easy palette. And what I usually do is I just take like very muted browns. So I'm going to use Peach Tea and Fresh Picked, which is this one up here and this one, and I'm just going to mix it. And I just used concealer on my lid. I don't really care to put primer on unless I'm going somewhere special, then I would, but for every day, this is good enough. So I'm just patting the color onto my crease, and I'm just going to add some color to my eyes. Also, whenever I do my eyeshadow, I pat the color on and then I blend. I just find that it just looks better. So I'm going to use this all over my eye and just blend, and then blend it in to my crease. Okay, so now using the same exact brush, I'm just going to go into like a little bit of a darker color just to give my eyes a little more depth. And so I'm going to take this really dark brown, and it's called Peach Tart. And I'm just going to use the same brush, but I'm just going to focus it on the inner corner of my eye like this, and just keep it in the inner corner. I usually grab maybe 3 little small dips of the color, keep blending it in the crease, and then add it all over. See, it just added a little bit more, I guess, depth to my eye. Okay, so that's it for eyeshadow, and I do not wear eyeliner anymore just because it just takes too long. I really only wear eyeliner for, well, at least top eyeliner. Like, I don't wear a wing anymore unless I'm going somewhere special or I have something fun to do, but today I don't. So this is what I do literally every day for work. But what I do is I add false lashes. My lashes, like my natural lashes, are not the best because I usually wear lash extensions, but I gave myself a break after having them for such a long time. And obviously if you have lash extensions, you know that putting something on your eyelash is going to not damage your lashes, but it's going to make them a little more fragile. So that's kind of where mine are at, but they are honestly growing back super fast, so I am not mad about that. Okay, so the strip lashes I'm going to be using are the Kiss Lashes in the style Teddy. I really love these eyelashes. They're only like $6 and they just give the best like dramatic look to your eye. And since I'm really not wearing that much makeup, well, I guess this is a lot of makeup for a lot of people, but for me, I feel like I've toned it down a lot. I really like to focus on my eyes and just making them pop out since that's really all you see in your mask. So I'm using those lashes, and then I also use the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive. Okay, so while my lashes dry, I go ahead and add the same exact eyeshadow to the bottom of my lash line. So I use Peach Tea and Fresh Picked, and I'm going to drag it on the bottom of my lash line just to add a little bit more to my eye. This is something that I do every single day. I cannot go without adding eyeshadow to the bottom of my lash. And I bring it out and connect it with the top eyeshadow. Also, again, if you're new to strip lashes, you want to let your glue dry a little bit. You want it to be tacky and not super watery. Otherwise, your lashes aren't going to stick and they won't last as long on your eye. So make sure to let it dry. So I'm dragging it down, and then I'm going to take the same dark color that I used with the little brush that I'm using, and I'm just going to do the dark color more on the end of my eye. I'm not going to bring it up to the front of my eye. Just going to leave it back here to darken my eye a little bit more. I really like adding like the dramatic look to the bottom of my eye. Sometimes I go a little too far, like right now I kind of added a little bit more than I needed to, but I could just blend that out with my brush. Okay, so now that my lash glue is dry, I'm going to go ahead and apply my lashes. And also you can use a tweezer if you want in order to get like a more precise application. Okay, so now that my lashes are on, you can see that they are very dramatic, but I like that because, again, my eyes are really the only thing you can see. And since I'm not wearing eyeliner on, like I'm not wearing a winged liner, I just like a little bit more of a dramatic lash, but you could totally do something way more natural. It is totally up to you. Okay, so the next thing that I use is a just normal eyeliner to do the bottom of my lash line, and then my, what is this called? My tight line. I always forget what that's called. So I use the Trestique eyeliner in the color Santorini Black Sand. I really like this one. It just came in one of my BoxyCharms. I'm not sure if this is high-end or what, but what I do is I line the top of my eye like this, and this just helps with my eyelashes, and it kind of gives like more of a cohesive look, like it doesn't show that blank part of your eye. Also, this is a great routine to use if you have lash extensions, because you're not using eyeliner, you're not using glitter, so you're just using very simple eyeshadow that can be very easily cleaned off your lash extensions. So when I did have lash extensions, this is exactly what I did. Besides this part, I did not do this part. If you have lash extensions, please do not put mascara on your lash extensions because you do not need it. But when I do wear a strip lash, I like to add a little bit of mascara just to kind of marry my eyelashes to the eyelash strip. And the one I've been using lately is the Maybelline Total Temptation, and I really like it. So I just add a little, like one layer on my top lash. I guess that was 2 layers. But I just add a little bit just so that my lashes kind of blend in with the strip lash like that. And then I add some on my bottom lashes. Okay, so that is it for my eyes for the most part. And so now I'm going to move on to my face. So I know I told you guys that I really don't like to put a lot of makeup on my face just because your mask covers it all. But I used to only wear concealer. But when I would have like a Zoom meeting or something like that and I did take off my mask, I just felt like I literally looked like a moon, like a pancake with nothing. Like I just look so weird down here because I have makeup up here. So what I've been doing is I've just been adding a little bit of color to my face for those times when I am going to be in like a Zoom meeting or something like that, so I don't look kind of crazy. So I use the Fenty Island Ting as my bronzer, and I'm just going to take a little bit. Like I'm literally not going to put a lot, and I'm going to kind of give a little color to my face. Kind of put some a little bit here. Then I also put some on my forehead. I'm wearing this little headband, but I usually put some like up here and in my temples so that I just have some color. And this way you don't look very ghostly. So there's quick little bronze. I love this bronzer, by the way. It's so good. It is high end, but I feel like it's totally worth it, for me at least. And then I use a very, very natural light blush. So the one I'm using today is the Tarte Blush in Sensual. And this blush is just a very natural blush. It kind of blends in with my skin tone, to be honest. So it looks kind of like just a flush on my cheeks. And so I really like that. And I just add a little tiny bit to my cheeks. Again, this is literally just to add a little bit of color. And the reason I like doing this is because I feel like with these products that I'm applying, it doesn't transfer on my mask that much. If I use other products, I feel like it does get all over my mask. I mean, you're still gonna get some makeup on your mask, obviously. But these, I just feel like it's just perfect. Okay, so for my lips, I don't wear lipstick anymore only because that would totally transfer onto my mask. So what I've been doing is I've just been using the Laneige, I don't know how to say it, but it's the sleeping mask, and I just put this on my lips, and it just keeps my lips super hydrated. It says it's a lip sleeping mask, but I just use it like as chapstick throughout the day. And I like this one because it doesn't transfer like onto your mask, and it just keeps my lips super hydrated, and it smells really good too. Okay, so the last thing that I do, and I literally cannot leave the door without doing this, is adding a inner corner highlight to my eye. I just feel like this really opens up my eye. It's kind of, I feel like, my signature look. And I just find any shimmer color in your collection that's like a champagne-ish color. And I use this palette, the BH Cosmetics Hanging in Hawaii. I really like this palette. And I just use these like shimmer shades right here. Again, like any shimmer shade that you have in your collection will work. And I just use a little tiny precision brush, and I add it in the inner corner of my eye like this, That is it. That is all I do for my mask makeup routine. And so I'm going to show you guys the masks that I really, really like. I really like the Old Navy masks. They come, I think, in a pack of 6 for $12. And I've just really enjoyed these. I also really like the Target brand, but the Old Navy ones are nice because they're adjustable on the sides and they wash very nicely. They're not super tight on your face, so I feel like they're really breathable. They have a lot of like nice patterns, but they also have solid colors. So yeah, and this is what I do. I just basically, I'm wearing a headband today, so it's kind of hard to show you guys. So that is it. That is what I do for my mask wearing routine. As you can tell, I feel like I still look put together. My eyes look nice, and yeah, this is what I do. Let me go ahead and take this off because it's really hot. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I really wanted to share with you guys how I've kind of switched up my makeup routine now that we're living in these crazy times, and how I can still feel nice and put together even when wearing a very uncomfortable mask on, but wearing a mask is important. And so I've just found a way to make myself feel good every single day, and this works for me. I think this takes me like 15 minutes tops every single day, especially when I have lash extensions. That would just take me 10 minutes, but having to put the strip lash on and all that takes a little bit longer. So yeah, I will link all of these products in the description box below. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.